Labria is one of the most memorable figures seen in the Mos Eisley Cantina, despite the camera being focused on him for the briefest time. He has horns on his head, crimson skin, and a wicked smile invoking devil imagery to the audience. This Devaronian story is a mix of secrecy, atrocity, and survival. Stay until the end as we go out of universe to talk about how Labria came to be and how his story has changed over time. Most of Labria's story is found in legends. Canon gives us the very basics, that he's a male Devaronian present on Tatooine in BBY-0. He was a frequent patron to Chalmun's, and that's all we got. Legends paints a much more colorful and fleshed out picture. Labria was born on Devaron, a planet located in the colonies region of the galaxy. It's most commonly accessed through the Corellian trade spine. The planet is mountainous and covered in forests. From a very young age, he earned the reputation for being brutal and cruel. These traits come to a head during the Battle of Montellian Serat. This was a battle between Imperial occupying forces and a contingent of Devaronian rebels. Labria fought on the side of the occupiers, the Empire. He led his forces on a 6-month campaign against the small rebellion before wiping them all out, even after hundreds were taken prisoner and no longer a threat. This earned him the nickname the Butcher of Montellian Serat and a death sentence on his home world. He evades local authorities and flees into the Outer Rim. I've been calling him Labria all along for simplicity, but this is when he officially adopts the alias. Even his alias is a sick inside joke only to him. The word Labria is a vulgar Devarnese slang that roughly translates to cold food. So that one definitely loses something in translation. Labria began a new reputation, that of a master manipulator who could blend into the rabble by acting like a common drunk. He would blend in by standing out in such a way that he was able to listen in on those around him. When he arrived on Tatooine, Chalmun's was an obvious fit for him. No one there wanted to be identified. The owner didn't love the authoritarian control of the Empire. There were plenty of drinks and live music, a passion of Labria's, and plenty of similarly shady beings for him to spy on and gain intel. Figrin Dan and the modal nodes became a favorite of his. He would buy them drinks and even fund small ventures for them. He earned his credits by selling the secrets that he'd overhear to bounty hunters, smugglers, and the local Imperial garrison, whoever paid the most. There's some vague references toward Labria that he was a big part of the reason why the stormtroopers were looking in Mos Eisley Spaceport specifically for the droids that went missing during the raid on the Tantive 4 in space above the planet. During the events of A New Hope, where all the patrons of Chalmun's saw an old man subdue 2 thugs with a lightsaber, Labria filed that information away to sell later. The Empire would be more than willing to pay for news of a possible Jedi Knight. Interestingly enough, Labria wasn't the only one ready to sell such information to the Empire, whose rule no one at Chalmun's would want to live under. If you're getting value or entertainment out of any of my transmissions, it would mean a lot if you would join the Remnant and subscribe. Jumping all the way to ABY-17, bounty hunters finally catch up with him. He was old and down on his luck. The Empire was crumbling, so that income stream dried up, and not long before the death of the Emperor, Jabba the Hutt was also killed, so that steady income stream dried up as well. A group of 4 mercenaries enter Chalmun's. 2 of them are Devaronians, and 1 of them recognizes the Butcher. Though getting older, Labria was still cunning and very dangerous. He kills all 4 of his would-be captors and flees the planet to Pepel. He moves away from civilization into a crude hut, doesn't even have indoor plumbing. The only real technology is an extensive security system that he sets up around the place. 2 years of rough, paranoid living ends when Boba Fett catches up to him. He tries to plead, barter, and beg, but Boba Fett was all about the job. Labria is put on display in front of thousands of Devaronians. His estranged daughter and brother show up, but his wife refuses to even look at him. He's cast into Judgment Field, which fittingly is located in the ruins of Montellian Serat. There, he finally stops trying to run, beg, plead, or barter for his life. He takes in the surroundings and exposes his neck, hoping that the charging Quora, large dog-like beasts with massive teeth and claws, would end him quickly. Oddly enough, one of the requests that he made to Boba Fett was to bring his prized music collection to the Coruscant University School of Music. Fett must have been a music lover himself because he actually does this final request. I doubt there was any sentimentality between the bounty hunter and his prey. The collection has a lot of rare entries that the Empire had banned. The school spreads these forgotten tracks throughout the galaxy. I came across a summary with a different ending online, but couldn't find a non-internet source to back it up. In this version, when Labria is brought home to answer for his crimes, he managed to squirm his way out of the death sentence through some slick political maneuvering and trading information that must have been very useful. He was banished from his home, but since he lived so many years in exile already, this meant very little to him. He would simply return to Tatooine to keep on living as he had prior to being caught. I'd say that the true ending is the one where he's executed, the one that sees him getting a long overdue punishment in the very spot that he committed the atrocities. The creation of Labria for the Cantina scene is a patchwork story that is similar to so many of these memorable creatures. The original Devaronian mask was not actually created for Star Wars at all. Creature designer Rick Baker made the mask for a never-released 1970 John Landis movie called I Was a Teenage Vampire, that actually appeared in a 1974 show called The Thing in the Attic. The way we see the mask in A New Hope, it's altered from how it was made originally. The horns were shortened and it had a beard that was removed. I've come across conflicting reports that say it was Baker himself who performed under the mask in the Cantina, but also that it was a woman called Penny McCarthy. She would have worn the mask in Los Angeles when additional shots were filmed to be stitched into the original Cantina footage shot in Tunisia. It appears Labria, or at least what is likely the same mask, is inside the Cantina for the Star Wars Holiday Special as well. Over time, the mask changed hands. Baker would gift it to Bob and Kathy Burns, who are big-time original prop collectors. The mask had seen better days. These things were not built with preservation in mind. It was then entrusted to the talented team at Tom Spina Designs to reshape the original piece the best they could and stop further degradation. Like so much early Star Wars lore, the name Labria originates in a West End Games role-playing game supplemental released in the late 1980s. Prior to this, fans largely called him Devilman, and for some unknown reason, on set he was nicknamed Louie. The game guide didn't want to just serve the fans by adding in deeper lore like this, but some internal to Lucasfilm licensing had the idea to start standardizing alien identities. The longer and harder to pronounce name that I've been avoiding using until now, I'm going to go with Kardue'sai'Malloc, was introduced later in a story to add depth to the character, but also give a unique alien linguistic style to the original name. A major source for this video is in the amazing Legends anthology novel Tales from the Mos Eisley Cantina, which is available on Audible. I have an affiliate link in the description where you can get a free Audible trial and check the book out. What other background characters would you like to see covered? Let me know in the comments, and then check out this transmission next for more lore from the Mos Eisley Cantina.